video, I was talking about having a mindset shift on creating a plan, um, being disciplined and stuff. Today, I want to talk about the importance of uh, the importance of investing time into your education. Right? It's very important that you make time every day to put the work in your education. So what I mean by that is the mindset of a trader, is different than a mindset of maybe a traditional business. A lot of traders are introverts. A lot of traders, reason why we like trading is you can make money from anywhere in the world. Typically anywhere with an internet connection, you can trade. Especially this is not 50 years ago. It's not 30 years ago. It's not even 20 years ago. I would say maybe probably for the last 20 years. I could be wrong, but retail traders can trade from anywhere with internet connection, especially these last 10 years, right? And so with the emergence of crypto, with the emergence of people are moving from Forex to futures, and now people know about all the different ways you can do options and leaps and credit spreads and stuff like that. And as long as you have an internet and the right broker, you can make money. And so you have to invest time in that education. And so you have to make time every day to read a book. You want to read a book about self-development. I recommend that. You want to read a book about trading and investing. And we have the internet. And so you can use that to uh, help you move things along. You're going to come across thousands of videos that's going to give you their way of trading, right? What I try to do is show you why I trade. I'm not necessarily here to teach you how to trade. I just don't think, as long as I've been trading, I just don't really like teaching that much. I'm more of teaching you the way I like to trade, why I'm taking the trade, why I invest, why it's so important to me. So you guys are on my journey with Profit Playgrounds because this playground that I'm involved, this investing game is a playground for me where I get to be on the jungle bars and I get to swing, I get to go on the slide and these different types of trading and investing that I do. And that's how you can look at the charts. There's so many different ways you can invest, so many different ways you can trade. You can be a day trader, you can be a scalper, you can be a long-term what's it called? Swing trader. You can do super swing where you're doing leaps for like a year out. You can do a type of swing where you're doing monthly swings, right? You can literally scalp the chart 2 or 3 times a day for 3 or 4 minute candles and make hundreds or thousands of dollars. And so it's just really what makes sense for you. And so the importance of making sure you invest that time in your education is because that's what's going to get you profitable. That's what's going to build that confidence, right? It's about practice, right? It's about perfect practice, right? You're not going to be a perfect trader. You might find that being a 60% win rate trader because you keep your wins big and your losses small, that's good enough for you to make a substantial living, right? You got people out here that are like, I'm an 87% winner trader. I'm a 90% win rate in trading. I got 60%, 50%. Like you can have someone that's a 40% win rate in trading, right? But they'll say that's 5 trades a week. They only win on two. But the two that they won on, they made 2,500 and 3,000. That's $5,500. And then the other 3 trades, they lose 500, 500, 1,000. So they made 5,500 on Monday and Tuesday. They lose Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 500, 500, 1,000. That's $2,000. Their net profit for the week is what? 3,500. You feel what I'm saying? Because they won 2,500 and they won 2,000. I mean, they won 3,000. Right? So their net profit supersedes that. But they only won 2 out of 5 trades. That's a 40% win rate. If you can do stuff like that on a week-to-week basis, go for it. Right? That means you gotta swing big typically. And so it's important to invest in the right education. That could be finding a mentor, a Discord, paying for a mentorship program, or if it's a subscription program monthly. There's so many different people teaching in this space now. It's different from different backgrounds, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, different cultures, and they're teaching their way on how to get in this game, how to be successful in this game, right? Things that I've started doing, I follow a lot of different. I follow Wall Street Trapper. I follow a group on Twitter that I found, Michael and Esther. I follow Aristotle Investments. I follow EYL, which became a humongous platform. They just did the Invest Fest this past weekend. Who else I follow? Shoot, Umar. I think it's Umar. Forgot his last name. I also follow he also follow he do options. Uh, the dude Q Banks, who a lot of made his last money in Forex. Like it's so many a couple young ladies that do it. When I was in I ain't gonna say their name, but I was in the network marketing opportunities, people I still follow from there. So it and then I studied on my own, certain books, certain reads, investigating on the internet, trial and error, find out what works for me, what's my edge? Your ultimate edge is for me. What I realized, somebody said something very important on Twitter the other day. It was Master Investor. He's one of the dudes that works with EYL. He said your your edge is supreme focus and discipline, right? Because if you have supreme focus and you're disciplined, it doesn't matter the way you trade. It doesn't matter your strategy. Right? That stuff will come because you're so focused and you're so disciplined. You allow yourself to figure out what works for you and your family. And then if you do want to teach people your way, you can because you have a consistent, proven strategy based off your discipline, based off your consistency. You created good habits and it allows you to be able to now teach, allows you to create repetition, right? Now you have your business. Now you can form different businesses. This is why people start creating like education and mentorship businesses out of their investing and trading because they get so good and consistent that they feel comfortable teaching it, right? And so that's the importance of this, right? Proof of concept, right? You will have a lot more success with proof of concept because you invested time in your education. You invested time every day to learn something new, to perfect something that you had trouble with, to continue the things that you're already good at, right? Maybe you're excellent with entries, right? But you aren't you aren't equipped to take a lot of mentally to take on a lot of drawdown. So you probably shouldn't trade a futures pair like NQ. You should probably do micro NQ, right? Which is 1/10 of a whole NQ contract, right? So you might find that I need to only take maybe two or three MNQ contract, micro NQ contract, opposed to taking one full NQ contract, which is $20 a point, opposed to where one micro is $2 a point. Yes, you make 10 times less. So if the market moves 100 points on NQ, you'll make with one contract, right? You would normally make 2,000, but with one MNQ contract, you're only going to make 200. That might not sound appealing, but if you do that consistently and you scale properly, you might find that with proper investment in your time and your education of self, of what makes sense for you, of what strategy works for you, that, oh, bing bong, this is how I'm gonna get successful. I'm gonna get rich this way. It's a little slower, it's less risk too, though, right? Because you might be able to withstand going negative 250 and not negative 2,500 in drawdown if you don't have a sniper trade, right? And so these are things that you need to make sure you understand. Invest that time in your education. Be consistent. Be disciplined. Show up every day. Rather you're tired. Like today, I didn't feel like doing no content. I did not feel like doing videos today. I got a lot to do around the house. I got a bunch of things that I'm trying to create for my family. But I committed to this. So I still have to post a couple videos on social media. Like I'm not feeling it today. But why I'm gonna stop now? I have momentum. I'm already been consistent since I decided to really commit to doing this. And I will get better. I'm going to get better. It's inevitable. I'm already watching, okay, I could do that better. I need to stop doing that. Okay. I need to be more creative. I need to find out what works for me to get people to watch my stuff and appreciate what I have to show people. I appreciate what I have to teach people. Appreciate my journey because everybody's journey is gonna be different. Everybody's journey is gonna be different. Today, my profit was $24. I was using the iPads right here, using this iPad because, like I said, I was having trouble getting to the computer, and I was in the kitchen doing some stuff, and I was like, okay, I knew what I wanted to do, right? So let me show you something. Show you the market, what it did today. Yeah. So the market opened. Show you this real quick. Market opened. All right. Market opens. This is what I wanted to happen when the market opened, actually. I wanted to come down, but it did it, right? Right? It made this. Let me see something. It made this bullish flat for a continuation. Let me show you this. Uh, see this? Boom. Look at that. And because of that, it came here. This was the open candle. It came up, came down. And then during that process, it rejected this area again. I had a buy limit here because I was looking at it. I was looking at it and I said, dang, okay, it's been bullish. I would love a retracement down to 23, 377 to 460. I was looking in this range, the 50%, 61.8 level, right? For entry for buy. And I did think it would make its way and test this level again, right? It went to test, get close to this level anyway. Ended up tapping this level anyway. But I thought, well, it didn't want to do that. So I had to adjust to the market. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, right? It didn't do, and this is why you have to learn to adapt to what you see. Okay. So because it didn't come down here, I thought it would trade back to this level where if you look on this side, this is where when it came back to retrace here before, right? I thought it would retrace higher, more to this level, right? So it did come down, right? Came down this it did come down here and it retraced here, and I was hoping to get a little lower. I just wanted to come down a little lower. This happened mainly overnight, going into right before New York session. And so I'm like, if we could just get a little lower. Now it's crazy. I did think about um the 460 area, but this is when you look at when it traded into this about 50% into this candle, when you have it at where I'll consider this was an order block right before, right? But it was already mitigated. So because it was already mitigated, it didn't come back to this level. right? So that's why I had it here at the 61.8. It didn't do that. So I was wrong, right? It didn't do what I was hoping to do. I thought it would come lower than forces. Now, it was part of my zone, but because this was about to die, I couldn't get in here. I was just like, I missed the opportunity for my buy limit. It was too low down here. It's like right around this line. So I'm like, because this is where, if you pay attention, this is where where large institutions like to get in this area, right? This area, this area. These are the zones that they like to get in. They, when you see these large moves, when the market shoots up like that, that's usually when they're getting in. They're pushing the market up. Now, some of these are going to be support and resistance levels where retraced resistance, like these stuff over here. But these bigger moves, where it has these order blocks and these fair value gaps, these are levels of where banks like to get in. This level right here, boom, was a perfect, boom. This is premium for supply. This is premium for demand. This is premium for a buy. That's why it took off like that. This was a little order block right here. This little right here was a little order block. So when I was trading this on Friday, I missed the retracement because I was so like, oh, I'm gonna get back in. And it happened so fast. Well, I should have just jumped in. So sometimes you can miss opportunities because you waiting for the perfect setup. And sometimes you might not always have the perfect setup for you, right? So you got to be able to adapt as the market is going and moving. Yes, you should plan your trades. You should have an idea where you want to go, what you're looking for, right? But today I wasn't ready, but I did get in. I got in right here. Let me show you why I got in. So let's go. I got on the 5 minute. So I got the 5 minute and the 1 minute. Let me tell you what I saw. Right? I got in right. I was on the 2 minute, I think, when I got in. I got in right here. When I saw it was trying to break, wasn't no real resistance. I got in here. I was up 200. I put it on Instagram. Shout out to my Instagram, Real Wealth. Come check me out. But I put it on my Instagram. Look at this. It's falling right now. It's bleeding at the end of the market, right? End of the day, right? It's coming back near the open of the day. But that's what it did. And I got in. I was like, I really don't like these because it's very, on the 2 minute and 1 minute, it looks very choppy. I didn't like it. Right. And so I was like, well, let me stay in it. I was up as much as 200 and something dollars. And I was going to take it. And then I saw it pull back. So you know what? Let me just put myself in profit. So I put myself in profit and it hit it real fast. I was like, dang. So I only was made 24 bucks. And I saw a re-entry. But earlier, maybe like 20, 30 minutes before the market opened, I was grabbing the iPad and I had the market up. And because it's touchscreen, I made the mistake with my thumb and pressed on I pressed on I was looking at oil and I pressed on the buy or sell. And I was like, oh my gosh. And oil already took off. I didn't even want to buy. If it was, I think it was a buy too. But I was just where it was so high. I was like, I mean, even if this goes up, I don't think where I got it was going to go up very much. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I got out the trade. But look, I mentioned this before. See, lockout, you can set parameters with Top Step where you can help you be disciplined. So like here I got trailing. I can enable trailing, trailing stop loss. I have my maximum trade right here. Maximum trades per day is 2. After the market closes later on tonight, I'm gonna update to 3 because 3 is really my sweet spot, right? If I don't make what my goal is, I usually will go back in maximum 3 times. Um, and so all these parameters that you can create, risks, um, you can even put to where like if you hit your daily profit, say your profit is 500 a day, which is gonna be mine, it automatically locks you out. Or the maximum trades, it locked me out because I took a mistake trade, literally just push of a button by accident, and then the trade got jumped out of, which I should just withdrew. I just should have stayed in the drawdown, which is gonna be a lot of drawdown. I didn't think it was reversing or nothing. I just was like, oh, I'm gonna go, stopping profit, then I'll jump back in. 'Cause that's what I usually would do. But I missed the opportunity. I missed a lot of money too. A lot of money. I think I had 5 contracts. Look at this. Look at this. Now what's crazy is what it might do if it doesn't, if it breaks this sometime tonight or tomorrow, I would love to take a buy back down here somewhere. I would love to see if it trades where I wanted it to go at this 61.8 here near the 23,377. I would love to see that. Now I might just come here to test. It's already at where the market opened up this morning. That's where it's going right now. Market's it's closed pretty much. So yeah. So I missed the opportunity, only made $24 today. It is what it is. That's why, cause see now I can't do anything about it. You're locked out. So these are things that you can do when you invest that time in yourself and knowing what's good for you. Two is too little. Because sometimes I've even traded this time, like in the afternoon, and I'll catch trades. So I might take 1 or 2 in the morning, then 1 in the afternoon. I might look for a different setup if I have time. So I don't like looking at the charts all day. But I'll peek back at it, or I'll peek back at it on Asian or Sydney session and see if there's anything out there, right? And so it's locked out until the market is officially closed, right? You'll probably see while I'm doing this video, it's gonna say market close on Top Step, and then it's gonna be officially why I can't put anything until Asia session reopens back up. But that's what it is. So I'm showing this, right? And I'm like, NVIDIA's earnings, I think, is Wednesday. So that could be a decent catalyst for the market to make a big move because right now they're a big player that's driving the market right now. So if it end up being panning out really well, we can see some testing the all-time highs again, I think. So, it's a big tech company. AI is the future. But there's also been talk about, you know, a lot of these companies being overvalued. I was watching EYL, they was talking about it. I was reading some articles, they were talking about it, about a lot of these AI companies being overvalued right now. I mean, from where pre-COVID, the market has like doubled, tripled, or quadrupled or something like that. This has been crazy since COVID, the way the market has been built. Even the down year we had in 2022, the market is crazy since COVID. I mean, look what Bitcoin is at. Like, and now if Bitcoin crashes and comes all the way down, I don't see it dropping below like 60, 70,000. Like, I don't know if we'll ever see Bitcoin again at below 65 or 75,000. I don't know. Because if each time it made new all-time highs and then it takes big drops, it makes significantly um higher all-time highs. We were just at 124,000 a couple weeks ago. Like, so invest that time in your education, learn this stuff. Put time that you're not gonna get rich overnight. Some people have a different learning curve or they'll pay for a mentor early, which is something I wish I would have really invested it in, like a good mentor. I tried variations of it, but it just wasn't the right fit. And for the learning curve. And then being consistent, because I've stopped on and off trading multiple months out the year at times, for various different reasons. Stay consistent every day, invest in, learn every day. What stock should I be in? What should I be putting my time in so I can be the best investor for myself and my family? What could be make me to be the best trader? What kind of trader am I? Am I a swing trader? These are things that you have to shift in your mindset. You have to figure these things out about yourself. No one should be figuring it out for you but you. You got to put the time in, you got to put the work in, you have to educate yourself, you have to do your due diligence. Nobody's gonna make you rich. Nobody's gonna make you successful. Even if you like, I don't want to necessarily, I want to be whatever comfortable is for you. Think about how much work you have to put. What's your motivation? Because your motivation may fade. That's why you have to be disciplined. That's why you have to be consistent. You have to have a purpose. What's your purpose? Like what is it? Right? Invest in yourself. Invest in time in yourself. Learn this. Educate yourself. Right? And take it very serious. Don't BS this. This is very important. And the time is now. I don't care if you're 16, 18, 45, 75. The time is now. Every day you get to wake up and breathe, that's just infinite opportunities for you to make things happen. You have infinite opportunities, you have infinite chances to make shit happen. That's how you have to look at this. Stop looking at, I have time. You don't have time. That's how, like, you should have a certain urgency in your life. Like, I don't have time. I'm gonna live in the moment. But part of living in the moment is understanding the importance of taking stuff like this seriously, taking your education seriously. That's even if you want to be, like right now, I'm looking into doing something with AI, getting into the gov tech, and learning like tech and getting my CompTIA Security Plus. Like that's time I have to put into that every day to learn that and pass an exam to get my certification, right? Because I'm tired of being in sales. So while I'm trying to build a brand, trying to create this for myself and my family, continue to trade and invest, I'm thinking of something to get me out of this type of position I'm in with me being in sales. Because I've been in sales for so long, I'm just burnt out. Even though it makes the most money and it helps, I think it could be the vehicle that I'm in, doing insurance, the type of insurance, or the property and casualty. It's monotonous. It doesn't pay like I would like it to pay. I do okay. I do good, but I could be better. And I've been just thinking, just getting out of sales in general, because I'm more analytical as I've become older. I've realized how much I like to analyze things and do different types of things about, things you learn about yourself as you get older. So anyway, um, yeah, man. I made a nice little drop back to opening. So hopefully people's able to catch that. That was a nice little drop there. So yeah, man, mindset change. Mindset change. Invest your time in yourself, invest your time in your education, and don't rush, but have a sense of urgency. All right. Again, my name is Rel, the Profit Playground. I'll see y'all later. God bless.